Welcome back, everybody. If you're just tuning into the show, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Rex Parry, and for 16 years now, we've been inviting to the microphone real estate agents to give out names and phone numbers, but you can't do great real estate without great financing.
It's Jeff Obrasky, Homeowners Financial Group. We are Arizona's award-winning mortgage banking company, and I am the sitting 2013 loan officer of the year. I got about 5 more months.
Yeah, we got to keep promoting that until the year's over. That's excellent. Our next guest is Alan. Introduce yourself, please.
My name's Alan Davis. I'm with Provident Partners Realty in Scottsdale.
Yeah, introduce your company and what you guys do. Kind of give us a background.
Certainly. I've been a realtor since 2005 and investing since 2002. And have a wide background in buying trustee sale properties, foreclosure properties, some commercial, but mainly residential real estate. And I do a good amount of volume, and I can say all over the valley.
Do you do property management too?
Yeah, the company Provident Partners manages over 500 properties.
Excellent. Now, you've actually had quite a few transactions. You work with buyers and sellers.
I predominantly work with buyers, and because the market has been coming back, I'm working with people to list their house and also buy their next house.
Excellent.
And I've had about 10 of those transactions in the last year and a half.
Speaking of listings, let's hear about your first one.
Well, fantastic property out in Surprise. And although we think Surprise is far out there, this is a property that's on an acre. It's about 4,300 square feet. It has a beautiful guest house and is just wonderful. People who are horse property owners who want to be on a nice clean well, who can't find anything in Desert Hills that they like or even in Rio Verde that they like. This is a fantastic property right near the junction of the 303 and Grand.
Oh.
Really not too far away.
Single story, 2-story?
It's a single story with about a 900 square foot guest house and an Oasis style pool.
Wow. And again, list price on this?
List price is $539,900.
$539,900 for this much property in a horse property?
126 a square foot.
Wow. What kind of financing we got on that?
Well, that fits, you can do a 20% down. You're going to fit right into Maricopa County limits for a conventional loan of $417,000.
Conventional, easy to go.
Easy to go that way, but we also can do a jumbo product with as little as 10% down on something like that.
And you've also got that fresh start for a lot of people out there.
We do. If you've had a previous foreclosure or a short sale, okay, we can put you in a home as little as 1 day after, 6 months after bankruptcy. And if everything else being equal, it's a 25% down program. Rates are a couple points higher with a little bit of fees. But if you are extremely strong, you've got quite a bit of liquid reserves, etc. We've got a secondary program. Rates are in the 4% level.
Wow,
20 or 25% down with a local bank that we work with here in town.
Yeah, and
there are options out there. That we can help you with.
This is a custom home, and I guarantee you within a year or two, you're not going to get these prices for a horse property like this.
Well, actually, I agree with you, and it's a very fast-growing area with the 303 being complete very soon. That whole area of North Peoria and Surprise is booming. So this house is in a good location, and it has tremendous upside.
Excellent. Now let's talk about your next one.
Next one is right in Glendale. It's right near the Banner Hospital on Thunderbird in 59th, and it's just a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home for about $170,000.
Wow!
It's been repainted. It's just waiting there to be bought.
Wow! And again, at that price range, you've got easy financing.
Well, once you're under that $270,000 limit, it opens up pretty much all available financing in the valley. In that part of town, you're probably looking at an FHA buyer. 3.5% down. Rates today, if your credit's good and you're in the low 4s, and I'm probably paying all your closing costs.
Yeah. So really, it's just the down payment. That's it.
It's just the down payment. We do. There are some new programs out there. There is a 0.5% down FHA program, which on a property like this, you're talking $800 out of pocket. It's a first and a second. And it does have some income restrictions. Yeah. There are some limitations. It's not quite as attractive in terms of rate and fees and all that kind of stuff as a normal FHA. But if everything else works, okay, but you really don't have any cash, you don't have access to borrowing from your 401k, you don't have the ability to get a gift from mom or dad or your brother or sister, okay, don't let the fact that you don't have cash. If your credit's good and your income is good, there are ways around right now that we might be able to make something work.
Excellent. And you can see what's happening here. The prices are still good. The interest rates are still historically low.
Interest rates are historically low. We're actually very close to the lowest rates that we've been in the past year. Once the Fed talked about pulling back on the quantitative easing last spring, we saw that big spike. We went up 1.5% in rates. For the last 12 months, we basically traded in about a 50 basis point range.
It's good.
And we're right now near the bottom of that range.
Fantastic.
All the indicators are that the economy, after a very sluggish spring, is coming out of the doldrums. The employment numbers have been better. The Fed will be done in a couple of months with their quantitative easing. It's probably likely that interest rates will bump up back towards the top of that range and maybe a little bit higher over the next 12 to 18 months.
Don't miss the boat. You got to call Alan. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Best way to get a hold of me is my cell phone, which is attached to my hip, which is 602-421-1101.
And the key here is you work with investors.
I work with investors, predominantly work with buyers. And one thing I would note to carry on what Jeff said is that people can buy houses for less than what they can rent them
That's
for.
the point right now.
That's what's
in most of the valley, especially under that $300,000 or $400,000, that normal kind of meat of the Phoenix market. Almost every single case that I see, that is the scenario.
Phone number one more time.
602-421-1101.
And financing.
602-445-9094.
And if you can notice here, if you have missed the boat, how many people are kicking themselves that they didn't buy something in 09, 10, 11, 12, and they think that they're still going to get these smoking deals? Guess what? A year or two from now, you're going to kick yourself for not buying from Alan right now. Everybody, if you miss what you just heard and couldn't write it down, go to our website, 123bz.com. Everybody stay tuned. We're coming right back after the news.